EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Welcome to TPC Sawgrass, known for one of the most terrifying holes in all of golf, the 17th Island Green. This is Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Novelo for EA Sports. We'll be calling all the action for today's event. And for fans, Frank, it's one of the most exciting venues in the sport.
With that finish, 16, 17, and 18, you never really know what you're going to put on your scorecard. The fans know that, and the players.
First hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 423-yard par 4. Nice way for players to get started, Frank. Not too demanding, but still, it requires that you put the golf ball off the tee in the right place.
That's correct, Rich. There is a little bit of water down the right, but that's only really for the grandmothers in the field. Anybody else, drive it down the left, 3-wood, even a 2-on if you're a longer hitter, and then a good chance to start with an opening birdie.
Second shot now for Ricky Fowler. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. Frank, that's just a really good putt right there.
Yeah, that's why you call lag putting. You get outside a certain distance, and really your mind has to be about two putting and not trying to be a hero.
Even par early on. Second hole here at Sawgrass, 532-yard par 5. Frank, considered one of the easier holes on the golf course, is that right?
Yeah, you don't have to hit it miles down there. Anything that turns a little to the player's left certainly helps. There are some trees down the left side. Just want to avoid those. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
Just a couple of feet. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now the par 3 third.
Not overly long, but 2 is a rarity here. Difficult green, and you don't see a lot of tee shots actually finish close here for some unknown reason.
I like the looks of this one. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
He is capable of going on some torrid runs. This would be a birdie for Fowler. Good putt. And now 1 under par. Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Fifth hole here at TPC Sawgrass, long par 4. What's the challenge, Frank?
Depending, really, if you're long or short hitter, the long hitters have the luxury of taking it over the corner of the bunker down the right. Short hitters really play at that bunker down the left, 320 run out.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. After that good tee shot, Rich, it's time to take full advantage of it.
And this is one where he can really go after the whole location and maybe think about making birdie. Frank, as players get set for the second shot here at the fifth, what are they thinking?
You have to be precise with the second shot. You miss it long and left. It's a very, very difficult chip there. And, of course, short and right. In amongst those moguls in the bunker, it's tough to get it up and down.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
He's putting for par now. Did the job right there. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
Those are good numbers right there. 320. 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie try coming up from Fowler. Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that, actually a pretty good line.
Just a solid shot here at number 7, right where you want to be. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And it makes the green in regulation. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Really rolling at this point. 3 birdies for the round. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
Thought he made that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. Really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot. Second shot.
Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par.
And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
I say par 5s, they're the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
See what Ricky Fowler does with this putt. Nice par to remain 3 under. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good contact, good result.
Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Second shot now at the 10th. And again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees. Oh, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Locked in on the read and the speed. You have to like that. 4 under. Let's go to the 11th. Now, it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back 9, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot. But really, it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. If Fowler makes this, it will be an eagle on the card and noise across the grounds.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what's so much fun about TPC Sawgrass is the excitement that it generates for a fan and how many different holes there are. 12 is a good example.
Yeah, 12 looks like it's fresh from Scotland. You can see why Pete Dye spent a lot of time over there. Tee shot looks straight away, but the second shot is blind. The shot you get in Scotland with a wedge where you just see the top of the flagstick and you've got to really guesstimate on the yardage that you have. But a good wedge shot and someone that can judge their distance, this is certainly a birdie hole.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
This is impressive now. 6 under par, 2 straight birdies. And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball. Oh, this is right at it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. On fire right now. 7 under par. Frank, historically in this great championship, 14 has proven to be a pivotal hole.
Everybody focuses on the finish here, but you're absolutely right, Rich. This can be an absolute scorecard record because if you spin your drive left, the drop back, perhaps on the ladies' tees, you can make 6 in a heartbeat. You try and air to the right, you can make 6 from the mound. So a good drive down 14 gives you a chance for that fast finish.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Frank, which way is this headed?
Judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable. Rich, I'm starting to lose count. This is just birdie after birdie.
It's all-time stuff. I mean, this is territory we just don't visit very often. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Now to the 15th, and Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really 2 good shots and a 3 here, which is actually a rarity. It sets you up for those closing 3 holes. Too often people just take 15 lightly. And 15 has just a gentle nibble that turns into a bite.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Frank, I've made a bagel order or a donut order half a dozen, but birdies, that I've never done.
Yeah, this is going to be Krispy Kreme time. 6 in a row.
You licking your chops here, Frank, as a player when you get to this tee box?
Well, it's an opportunity. A 4 here certainly makes the mood better when you walk to 17 and then 18. So a 4 here is more than just making a birdie on a par 5.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. and getting ready for the putt. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Frank, it's the moment that makes it tough, isn't that right?
Yeah, you've made that walk from 16 green. It's 80 yards to the tee here. So as you walk along, and if your eyes venture to the right, you see it all in front of you. You see the crowd, and you realize this is the shortest par 3 on the golf course. But you also, if you think a little too hard, everything that you've seen over the years flashes through your mind.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now one of the more difficult holes in golf. The 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big body of water that's to the left of 18 here, that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
But a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
And he's made the green. Ricky looking at the lip, eyeing it for par. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, solid effort today. What's your assessment?
Golf like that can certainly result in wins, that's for sure. But more importantly, the opportunity to get one.
Damn 18th hole. Shit. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Go Tiger.